Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glennis and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you and I am so thrilled to be here. We are working with our essential oils and I did say I was going to share a recipe with you, and I'm actually going to share two recipes with you because although they are very different, they have to deal with prosperity. One has to deal with prosperity in your social life or your private business affairs or your private money situation. The other one I have here has to deal with business success, laws of attraction, making a business successful, growing a business, and all of that good thing. So I'm actually going to start with personal. Now, if you want to use this, of course, you can always use any of your oils that you're going to make and anoint a candle and do an herb blend, which I will absolutely link below herb blends that correspond with these prosperity oils. I have another video I think I made a while back as far as prosperity herb blend, but what I do is I make a basic base prosperity oil blend. Now you can certainly use this on its own and it's going to work great, but as for what I do, and when someone contacts me and says, oh, I've wrecked my car, I don't have the money for the deductible, or I have a medical payment, or I have this, that, or the other, or this is going on, or that is going on, I take this and use part of this, not all of this, but use part of this and incorporate other oils or herbs, basically making it a custom blend just for them. So if there's something that resonates with you that I don't have here, then by all means, go for it. You do you. But I would suggest that you make a note, say, okay, I took my base recipe and I added, X, Y, and Z. Well, give that a good shot. And if the money doesn't come to you, certainly within a month or two, maybe tweak it, here and there, and maybe add something a little bit different, or start from scratch and just maybe use this. But no matter what, I'm starting with almond. Uh, Again, I've already made two little ones. So if I hear, that someone wants just a very basic thing, then I certainly have these. This one's business. It's got a lot of stuff in it. But anyway, as far as the personal and business, the only thing other than the almond oil that they have in common is patchouli. If you do not have patchouli oil, then certainly you can use the herb and allow it to steep in there. But what I do is, if I have herbs, like I've made thyme oil and I've made lavender and different things, after a certain amount of time, what I'll do is I will use just some cheesecloth and strain it, and that way, you don't have any of things maybe going rancid in there or something like that. And I do use from time to time, depending, now see, on a size like this, I won't use like glycerin or vitamin E oil, but certainly in a size like this, because this will be filled, and I will use these as my base oils and kind of go from there. But if you don't have patchouli, you can certainly use the herb. There's absolutely no shame in that. And I will use about 3 drops in this for this particular thing. Patchouli is all about growth. So if you are going to a party and you want to make new friends, you want to expand your social circle, patchouli and this blend is perfect. It's all about growth. So whether you want to grow your bank account, your circle of friends, uh, whatever you want growth in, maybe you want prosperity to improve in your relationship. Maybe you want your relationship to grow. Certainly, this would work just fine. And I've got here some orange, a little bit of orange, if I can get this off. It doesn't take much, just about 3 drops. And I've got some cedar wood. Cedar wood, again, orange and cedar wood are all about the laws of attraction. They identify with the air, the element of air. And what I will add, if I can find it, are some jade. And that's why these little bottles of these little chips are just wonderful, because I can use a few. I'm actually adding 3 pieces of jade. Jade is all about balance in your life. It is about prosperity and the laws of attraction and drawing things to you. And that's what this is all about. It's patchouli for growth, orange and cedar wood for air, for using the element of air and the laws of attraction. And orange is actually very, very good for willpower. And I use orange very often in my road opener. So there you go. And of course, if you have herbs, then, it won't be this clear. But again, you might want to, before you go to a party, again, if you're going to a party, I must be wanting to go to a party. But if you just anoint yourself just very, very lightly, it doesn't take much, and it's going to smell wonderful. It smells wonderful. I try not to make it, too strong, because again, you don't want to just flood the room with it, but maybe just a little bit on, not on the bottom of your shoe, but like the side of your shoe. For those of us who wear shoes, it depends on the party, right? It depends on the party. Um, you may want to rub your hands, and whatever it is that you want to grow, your checkbook, your bank account. If you have any money in your wallet, certainly this is going to work marvelously. And I would take this, and I probably will take this and charge it on my altar. If you want to set it in rose, you can add to either one of these oils too, because rose has very, very strong vibrations. So I have some rose petals here. You can set it, I think you guys can see, you can set it in a big bowl of roses, and can you imagine the energy that this is going to draw? And again, that energy is going to come to you and through and out. So yeah, that's a really awesome recipe for if you want to draw new friends, anything that you want to be prosperous in your relationship, your family relationships, then that's awesome. The next one I'm going to use, I'm using almond because it deals with prosperity, but this is for business. If you want to find a new job, if you want a promotion in your current job, if you're starting a new business venture, if you're starting a new website like me, uh, anything to do with business dealings, this is going to just rock your world. But almond, and what I have here, I have a little bit of basil that I'm going to add, and a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of patchouli. That's plenty. And let's see, what do I have here? Got that. Now, if you have cinnamon oil, you can always add cinnamon oil. I only use cinnamon oil if I know that I'm not going to really be touching it. So in this case, I'm going to use, you can either use powdered cinnamon or a cinnamon stick, because cinnamon can be very irritating to your skin. And certainly if you have sensitive skin, you don't want to do that. Basil deals with the laws of attraction. And of course, as you already know, patchouli has to do with business success, growth, anything that you want to grow, employment, and there's that for that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is really super good for new businesses. It is for focus, or maybe you've kind of lost your enthusiasm for the job that you're currently in. It will help you to refocus and maybe find more joy into the job that maybe you're kind of finding, not so pleasurable anymore. This tiger's eye is also very good for courage. And this, as far as refocusing, if you're in a current job situation, your refocus also will be very good, and it's long term. This is meant for long term refocusing. So if you are like me and you're starting a new website, you may want to take just a very wee bit of this on your hands, and not on your laptop, but maybe around your work area. Business cards, certainly you can work with business cards if people are still handing out business cards. And I know things now are so electronic. If you are, sending someone your resume, then you certainly can anoint a resume like you're mailing it in. So that kind of, is not awesome. But if you are going to an interview, certainly I would put just a very wee bit in my palms. And although we're not really shaking hands anymore, I guess you could put some on your elbow, but just the fact that you're in the interview, you're there, you're using the laws of attraction. They being the interviewers will be attracted to you. And again, I wouldn't use too much of this because it does have patchouli and it is fragrant, but a little bit goes a very, very long way. If you are opening a new business, or if you are reopening a business, considering everything that's happened, you may want to maybe anoint, and it's a brick and mortar, you may want to anoint maybe the trim around the opening of your door. You might want to put just a drop around, not on the doorknob or the plate, but near it, and certainly across the threshold, because again, it's using the laws of attraction and bringing it to you. I certainly, if you are brick and mortar and you are dealing with cash, moving cash around, I certainly wouldn't hesitate to anoint a dollar bill, your first dollar bill, and anoint it and thank your God and your goddess and your deities, and frame that dollar bill and watch it grow. You could also, there's so many things that you can do with this business oil. And again, it's not limited to physical, door jambs and thresholds and things like that. If you want, what you can do is, if you have a novena candle, just pierce it all the way to the bottom, add a few drops of this, and maybe a little bit of herbs. I wouldn't want you to start a fire, but a few of the herbs, that herb blends, of course, a video I will link below that kind of correspond with this, and burn this. And I have one here, if you have a taper candle, even a chime candle, just a small chime candle. I absolutely do work with with these big boys, because you guys know I love to work a spell. But if you have a sigil, then certainly you can carve a sigil in here. You can carve your business name in here. You can carve in your website in here. Whatever information, whatever it is that resonates with you, carve it in here. Anoint your candle with this, and put your herb blend in a piece of wax paper and roll your candle. Wrap your candle up. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's tiny or medium or big. Wrap your candle up in wax paper. And as you sit in ritual, or as you sit thinking about your new business venture or whatever it is that you're doing business-wise, and as you sit, and the warmth of your hands will imbue all of this, and in the glass too, it will absolutely blend right into your candle. And at that point, when you feel like you have put as much intention as you can, then set it in your sacred space, your altar, however you practice, and work it as long as you feel like you want to work it. I probably will work mine, this particular one, probably a week. And, once you light it, you call into your God and your goddess, your deities, whoever it is that you want to work with, and light your candle. It's going to work like gangbusters. It's going to be wonderful, awesome experience. And again, if you want to add rose to either one of them, that's totally fine. You want to not only bring vibration into when you're in ritual, or you might just want to sit and light a candle. If you want to ring a bell, if you want to, like I do, I use my singing bowls. Anything you can do to raise vibration into your space. You want to raise vibration into your hands, and you want to put it all in here. So where this works as kind of a physical and spiritual vibration, then you're putting your vibration in here. You're gathering all of your energy up and putting it, and then when you light it, and you're throwing it out. So there you go. Look in the description below for the herb blends that kind of correspond with this. And I will be making a video probably later today. It also has to do with money. I'm not going to say prosperity, because prosperity comes in so many different forms: friends, family, relationships and things like that. So what I'm going to make a video later about deals strictly with money. Money, money, money. And what worked for me. And I'm going to share it with you guys. And where you take it from there, that's entirely up to you. But I want to assure you guys, I don't come on to YouTube and say this and this. I share only what I know works for me. Okay? And honestly, I did this, and I have done it for other people, and it worked for them. And I'm always very reluctant to do it for myself, because I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But I did it for myself, and I was like, wow. So I'm going to share that with you. I think it's probably going to upload tomorrow, So that way, I'm hoping that you guys will have time to sit and think about it. And if you want to do it for yourself, I'm going to be offering the service on my website. My website's not up yet, but I'm going to be offering the service on my website. And like I said, if it didn't I work for me, I certainly wouldn't be recommending it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. With that, I'm going to say merry part, and I absolutely so hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.